Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Everton 1. It sounds fantastic to say those words. What a result at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium today. They obviously a tough game, and Everton have gone there and won it, and it's incredible because it's been so long since we beat a side like Spurs. So long, with 2012 since we last beat Tottenham. The first time Jose Mourinho's ever lost an opening day game in the Premier League. So it shows how big a task it was. You know, we haven't won at Spurs for 11 years. So a big win tonight, and absolutely delighted with it. Let's get straight into it. First thing I'm going to talk about is Jordan Pickford. I gave him my man of the match on my match reaction because I thought he was fantastic today. Every player, I can't fault anyone today. Even Richarlison, who has had better games for us and could have ended up with 2 or 3 goals, worked so hard today that you would never criticise me. Just things didn't happen for him the way they do, but he still put such a shift in. But I thought most of the players were excellent today. But Pickford, for me, it's a big season for Jordan Pickford. It was poor last season. At times, I think the manager is looking at him and casting an eye over him, is to see whether he's good enough, and he's got to respond. Obviously, confident, had a couple of clean sheets with England, and he's come back today and had a clean sheet today, and I thought he was brilliant. His handling was excellent, his kicking was fantastic, but he made 2 huge saves at 0-0 in the first half. Either of them go in, it's a different game. Their heads, their tails are up. It becomes a difficult game. We've got to chase it, and he didn't, and he'd done the exact thing what we've asked him to do, which was make important saves to win us points. And he did that. He gave us the base from which to go on. I thought the centre-backs in front of him were brilliant as well. And we ended up winning a game. So I thought, at times we criticise him. He deserves praise today because I thought he was brilliant. The second thing I want to talk about is our midfield. Anyone who watches this will have known that 80%, if not higher, of the points certainly, probably for the whole season, to be honest. Last season were about the midfield and how dysfunctional it was. And so it was such a refreshing thing today to see how functional that midfield was. Alan, Decore, James Rodriguez in there as well. Andre Gomez giving a really good performance as well in there. Just having Alan to sit and be disciplined and win the ball. I've said on all of the videos talking about him, he reminds me of Peter Reid at Everton as someone who'd set the tempo, someone who'd go and, get after the ball, engage people in challenges, good on the ball, and he isn't the quickest, but he knows where to be. He gets on the ball, he gets us up the pitch, not afraid to take it under pressure, set the tempo. I mean, got man of the match off Gary Neville in the game, but I thought he was brilliant. And Decore, box to box, real presence, made 2 fantastic interceptions. One on a chasing back where Spurs had broke off one of our corners. So, absolutely brilliant to see those 2. That mobility in midfield makes such a difference, and it allowed Andre Gomez to get on the ball, and be able to be a little bit more creative, really get control of the ball and get us moving. He had a couple of shots as well, Gomez, in the second half. So really, really positive to see that midfield. And James Rodriguez, let's just take a minute to talk about him. To come in from 4 days training, I think it was, he might have done 4 or 5 sessions, having not played much last year for Real Madrid. I'd come back later than other people. To come in and put that performance like that in for 89, 90 minutes was incredible. First touch is a dream. Ball in, killed down, what do we do? Head up, coming inside. He's only going to get sharper. Put 3 brilliant balls in, had a cut inside, whip one just wide of Lloris's post. He's going to be really special. The key thing for Everton is how we manage him in terms of keeping him fit, because he's got that left foot is so cultured, and he's a player who'll take the ball under pressure. Because it's so good, he buys you time, and it was a joy to watch, to be honest with you. And like I say, it's early days, you can't go overboard, but he's the best now. You can't go overboard, but he was brilliant today, and long may that continue. But that midfield, just so competitive. It'll help us in so many games, because last year, because we weren't fit for purpose in there, just the makeup of it, we were having to go long in a lot of games, or we just weren't in the game, and we were relying on maybe nicking a goal off a set piece. So to be able to be competitive in there and control a game against a really good side like Spurs is massively encouraging on day one. That's the level, and they have to keep at that level. But what a great way to start. And finally, I want to talk about Dominic Calvert-Lewin just quickly, because I know some people just don't think he's good enough. I don't know where that's come from, to be honest with you. Whether you think he's top draw, Harry Kane or whatever level, that's a different conversation. But I see people saying he's championship at best. It's bizarre to me because he's so good in the air. He's fast, he's strong, he scores goals. He's scored an absolute brilliant goal today. He really has. He would have had another one if Richarlison would have looked up. So I don't understand why there's the bias against him. You know, obviously, like I say, if it's your opinion he's not good enough, not good enough for what qualifier? Is he not good enough to be, in your opinion, a Champions League striker? Or are you just saying you don't think he's good enough to play in the Premier League? Because that to me is mad. He's 15 goals last season. He's won us the game again today. I think better service, he scores more goals. I think he's criticised more than any other player, I think, in terms of, not abused, I don't mean that, but people question him, I think, more than any other player, when I think he does really well. So, I don't know, I think he's a really good target man. And are there better strikers out there? Well, yeah, if you're talking Lewandowski and players like that, of course. Is he going to get to that level? Probably not. But he's a good Everton centre-forward, and he's good to have in the squad, and other players work off him. And that's the key to having a good team, is that you have players who can do things. Does he have to be more clinical at times? Yes, I absolutely agree with people who say that. He's got to be a little bit more clinical. But you know what? He's fantastic for us, and he scored another big goal today. So that's just my opinion anyway. Everyone entitled to theirs, and there'll be people watching this who disagree, which is fine. It's fine. We've won the game, and that's all I'm bothered about, to be honest with you. That is it. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and join us on Patreon if you fancy more videos. Have a fantastic night, and enjoy Tottenham 0 Everton 1. See you later.